Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, update number... Wait, is it an update? Because league start for me is pretty much over at this point. Yeah, I know we are already, only at day 4, I think, of the league. But my Atlas is clear. I got today my last couple Void Stones, and I also unlocked all the favorite map slots. So yeah, we can say it's update number 4, basically, of the Kalandra league start. Day 4, build number 3, and oh boy, I love this one. This one is actually insane. So as I was talking about yesterday, from my Wave of Conviction Ignite that let me actually clear up to 115 of 115, I said I want to go for some Legion farming. And I personally I cannot think of any other skill than Vaal Arc as the perfect Legion farming skill, right? And since I love my Arc and I love my Ignites, and since I had already the gear from the Wave of Conviction Ignite, yo, the mysterious voice, this is actually so cool. Like, this weapon effect, it comes from the mystery boxes. It literally talks to you, right? So, silent, here. I'm recording a video, sir, weapon, whatever mysterious voice you are. So, yeah, Vaal Arc Ignite, I had the gear from the Wave of Conviction. It's pretty much literally the same. There has been a couple of few changes that I want to go over, but I think, first of all, I'm going to do a map showcase, just so you see what you get yourself into. Then we can talk a little bit about the gear, about the favorite map slots, the strategy, the Atlas passives, blah, 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 and so on. So, basically, Atlas, I'm just going to give you guys this, like, screenshot it, whatever you want to do with it. Basically blocks out everything besides Legion, having all the Legion nodes applied, as well as having all the travel nodes here with the faster progression of the Searing Exarch. And yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Good. I'm gonna run this one, just a normal Dunes map that I favorited 12 times or 11 times, and a rusted Legion Scarab. So this is basically the poor man's strategy, what I would call it, because, you know, I don't have currency, so I need to make, like, budget strategies. So this is all about dunes that I can self-sustain, a 2C Scarab in bulk, and that's it, right? And basically, you just fire your arc, your Ignite proliferation goes off, and I'm saying it early on, this might be a rippy map, because my gear is not really the best. But yeah, all you do is basically just cast your arc inflicts Ignite thanks to the Shaper of Flames Ascendancy. So this is basically the one from the Elementalist. So if you're wondering, because usually you had to use Stormfire Ring to do that, right? So if you go to the Elementalist, the Shaper of Flame says all hits always ignites. That means I do not need any ignite chance. All my hits ignite, and all damage can ignite. So even my cold damage, with this node, I could literally play Winter Orb Ignite. I could play Essence Drain on hit Ignite. It does not matter. Chaos damage, physical, I could even shield charge into a pack and I would ignite them, right? Obviously, the ignite damage will not be insane, but this does the job. So that's why I decided to go with a good old Vaal Arc and going for things like Fire Dot Multi, plus level of lightning skill gems, any source of added flat damage, everything works here, right? I think my ring is a little bit overkill, but I'm currently revamping the character a little bit, you know, so at the moment it works. It's not really sick, you know, I mean the clear is actually sick, but it's going to get better. So we're gonna pop this Legion, maybe some Strongbox, and then just Vaal Arc and the Ignite proliferation and everything goes off. And sadly, there is barely one shot in Legions. I'm not sure if I'm just missing the Helm enchant for the additional chain, or if I'm not having enough damage and my Ignite just runs out. But it doesn't really matter too much, since I have all the Legion nodes. I can literally just blast the second Vaal Arc. So, thing is active, another Vaal Arc, shit is just exploding and, like, proliferating, and just, yeah, it's actually pretty sick. And then you just run around, do like one arc or something after the 2-second soul game prevention, and then you just swap in another Vaal Arc, and then there is it ready again, so we can shoot it again. It's just dealing massive amounts of damage, and obviously those rare packs in the Legion encounter, they are rippy. Like Arch Nemesis, you know, is not like the easiest thing here, right? But overall, I would say for my current gearing process, to the point where I could say, yo, I'm actually able, 4 Void Stones in, map tier 16, and I can farm Legion. So this is like the bare bones strategy that I have. Like, obviously later on you want to go for, like, what do you say, gilded, wait, an emblem? Oh, just a cheap one. So obviously you want to go for, like, some gilded gilded scarabs and maybe quadra sextants and whatnot. But the problem is the gilded sextant is basically giving you additional legion generals. And to be honest, my damage is not really that good yet that I can say, yo, I'm one-shotting legion generals, for example, right? So everything like polished and the small one is fine, like not the gilded one, the polished one, because they give you additional war hordes and they have like a shit ton of loot, right? And with the passives that you have on your Atlas passive tree, pretty much what it does is there is every time, I don't know how much the percent is actually, I think it's like 1 or 2%, I'm not sure which one it actually was. It doesn't matter. There is a slight chance that if a splinter drops, it can drop as an emblem itself like it did over here. And obviously once you, every time you get like a Marikath, the yellow one, an emblem, there's like, I don't know, 50, 60 chaos or something, right? So basically think about it. I have an investment of around about 2 chaos. I can self-sustain my maps, and the small scarabs are just is like 2 chaos a piece in bulk, so not really expensive either. So 2 chaos per map means if I find one single emblem stone throughout the process, basically my next, I don't know, 20, 30 maps are just paid off, just like that, you know? So big boom, big proliferation, big clear. Guess it just doesn't like it. Gotta love this clip, man. But yeah, as I said, can be rippy, doesn't matter. We're not in hardcore. We have 6 portals to loot. So this is like one of the Legion generals, and you're gonna notice really fast that these boys or girls are very, very tanky. They take a while. I would say, is it worth doing? In my opinion, this early in the league. Oh yeah, nice. I forgot to put off my blurbs. Thanks very much for the fart, because this video is recorded on stream. What I was saying, they take a while, but considering my 2 chaos investment, you know, I'm not in a hurry, and they drop a lot of splinters, so the Legion generals are basically having a pretty high chance, I would say, to drop one of these emblems, right? I'm just a loot greeter, man. You know, on death effects and stuff like that. I'm like here waiting for the loot in a league that just doesn't have any loot, but doesn't matter. I would say, stop it, dude. Hey, this is not polite. Stop farting, boys. Because otherwise I need to like stop the stream or something. Oh man, now I started something. Now I need to make the video like super short. Thanks for that. Wait, unless, if I go to this blurb thingy. Mage blood. Oh, almost. Give me a second.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Channel points. You guys just lost all your loot RNG this league, okay? Just for ruining here. Okay, channel points. Pause all alerts. Okay, there you go. Oh, no more farts here. Be polite, guys. There is innocent people watching my videos waiting for like some fancy little build, right? And the only guys do is fart. I mean... But yeah, so boss DPS obviously cannot be the craziest one ever. I mean, first of all, we are early in the league. Second, this build excels in the clearing aspect and not in the bossing aspect. But I'm already working on a better version that might be able to do... I'm not sure about all content, but something like map bosses should just melt instantly in the terms of like one Vaal arc, and shit is just gonna melt down, right? We're like, as I said, super basic gear. I have made POBs for like some pretty much end game gear, you know, like this kind of gear that nobody will ever be able to craft, but there is actually ways to get Vaal arc ignite to around about 40 or 50 million ignite DPS. And this is like Guardian DPS, whatever you want to call it, right? So the scaling potential is there, it's just the question, how do we gonna get there, right? So, can we now kill this one, and... Because I just want to get my loot here. I come in peace, I swear. I come in peace!
I don't like it. It's shit.
Wait, I can kill this, okay? Here's some... Because this is another thing. I don't want to make like a super insane glass cannon. It's not like the tankiest build, but I do have some kind of tankiness. I have like recover life on block, and then we also went for glancing blows and some shield stuff, right? So it's not like an entire crazy glass cannon. It still can tank a little bit. But, yeah, I guess more is in the making, I would say. I would say let's just skip the loot. I can pick this up later. So let's talk briefly about the character and what is the next step of what I want to do. Basically, the weapon of choice is just any, like, this is not, by the way, a minion-focused build or anything. It was just, like, this weapon cost me 25 chaos. Lightning damage, an open prefix for crafting some lightning damage to spells, fire.multi, right? The helmet is just any life, regen, resistance, whatever you can fit. This chest is still from my Wave of Conviction, which has the exact same coloration here. Barracks Respite, I think that's a little bit overkill. I think Arc Chains fairly often enough to actually have insane clear without this ring. Life resistance, but here is the recover life on block. I got some new boots with like ailment avoidance and stuff. Life resistance, and here, yeah, resistance and some inflict fire exposure on hit, which is important just because Wave of Conviction has a built-in exposure, right? And Arc does not. So we have the gloves that inflict fire exposure at an 11% rate, so 11%. Thanks to the Elemental Mastery, the 11% turns into 18%, and thanks to the Mastermind of Discord, we get an additional 25. So we are having some crazy exposures on that, and we also get another 5 extra on the Fire Mastery once we inflict the fire exposure, basically, right? And yeah, so next thing is, yeah, it's fire exposure and hit. Was just thinking about what if only fire skills can inflict fire exposure. Other than that, my flasks are still the same garbage things. My skill tree basically just revamped a couple of points. Here I put in a careful planning just to fix this like disgustingly dexterity requirement. So if I put this away, I need like 63 dexterity. I don't know where to get this from any kind of sources. Maybe it's just a gearing thing, but this was like the cheap solution to fix that for now. Other than that, no crazy things, no cluster jewels, no Watcher's Eye, no nothing, early in the league, you know, these kind of things. So, what else is there to say? Path of Building link is in the description below. If you want to get a sneak peek of this, like, yeah, kind of like in work in progress kind of build, right? The main goal here was, for today, can I make a Vaal Arc build that is able to farm legions on a tier 16 map? And now I'm able to do that, and obviously now it's a time to improve the build, and I'm actually thinking about going for an Eternity Shroud version, so we just linked this one over here, right? So we linked that one before, so that will be the next plan. Obviously, Eternity Shroud builds, you might think now, yo, this is actually 50 Divines build already, right? No, it's not. Usually, Eternity Shroud build, the way that it works is you stack Shaper items, and once you have all Shaper items, your hits ignore enemy chaos resistance if all items are equipped. Items are Shaper items. Do we need that? No, obviously we do not, because are we a on-hit build? No, we are an Ignite build. We're a dot build. So the last line, hits ignore enemy monsters chaos resistance, does not affect us. That means we're not gonna crazy focus on, yo, I need everything shaped. I mean, obviously, every Shaper item adds another 5% alias extra chaos. You know, that's like really good. And we're gonna go with some Call of the Brotherhoods, going into this triple conversion from the, I don't know, lightning into cold, into fire, into chaos. That's all good, because all this combined damage will be the base of our ignite, since Shaper of the Flame says all damage can ignite. So all of our chaos, lightning combined, whatever, everything can ignite. And I think this is a nice thing to add some extra damage, right? So we're just gonna start out with the bare basics, you know, maybe I got a Shaper weapon, I have a Shaper helmet here, Shaper shield, maybe we get a Shaper, rings, not really, I think the chest itself is already Shaper, so it counts because it's Shaper Elder, so we're only gonna have like 15% to start off, right, but 15% is better than nothing, I would say. But yeah, I need to like plan this out, how this is actually gonna work. Maybe if you have a better idea on what chest we could use, maybe even a Dialas, maybe we can do something crazy with that. I'm not sure how much this is even going for, since my browser is lagging. So wait a second. What is it called? Dialas. Oh, there it is. Malefaction goes for, yeah, it's like 4.5 divines without without links. So, but I think Dialas might be like the craziest endgame chest nowadays, because this thing got buffed. So now it gives, God, what is going on with my browser here? Damn. So now it gives like +2 level instead of 1 for red sockets. It has now 30% quality. So just think about gem socketed in green sockets have 30 quality, right? So you have like your normal gem. Let's assume that you have my arc here. This is an anomalous version. It has already 20% increased chaining range, right? If I would have the Dialis and I put this in a green socket, which I can do because it ignores the socket colors, then it gets +30. So the chaining range would be at 50. And if you then get something like an Ashes of the Stars with another like 30% quality or something, right? We're at like 80% increased chaining range, you know? I think with Dialis and Ashes, you can get some ridiculous stuff going if you have the currency for it, that is, right? Because I don't know how much an Ashes is going for. I think it's like 10 divines or something. 12 divines, 13 divines. So yeah, this is gonna get, I'm not sure, I think it's gonna get cheaper the time moves on, because I mean they're 37 already on the market. So I think yesterday they were like 10 divines, so I guess they are just going to get, ramp up in price, because yeah, it's an expensive item and whatnot. But yeah, overall I would say I'm just going to continue farming now my T16 low investment legions, trying to find some good stuff. I already got a bunch of like emblems that I talked about before, and usually you sell those in a set, you know. There's usually some legion carries, some 5-way carries, and you can sell those sets. So basically it's actually weird that I found 7 Marakath, which is already like 48 chaos per piece, right? And usually you can sell like an entire set for like 0.7 divines or something like that. So you just continuously map, and at the end of the day you're just selling off the sets, plus you have all the other stuff, breaches, scarabs, whatever. You're gonna passively generate invitations that you could farm, and so on. So I'm looking forward to how this turns out. I think it's gonna be very, very profitable because of self-sustaining maps and only 2 chaos per scarab as the poor man strategy. And as I said, every time I find something cool like an America's emblem, I'm actually paying off for the next like 20 maps or 25 maps, right? So it shouldn't be too crazy. And then we're gonna see what else we drop and how we can make the conversion to an Eternity Shroud, or even find better ways of making this character even better. But anyways, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on that. So let me think about anything else that I want to explain real quick. I don't think so, because as I said, work in progress, right? Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.